Monday night edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club, or as some of us call it, the Accidental Net. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton. You don't have to be a member to check in. As a matter of fact, anyone who checks in automatically becomes a member of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. And that's the call sign for that club is VA3 Lima Oscar Whiskey, Lake Ontario West, started by RPAD. And so with that, let's see who would like to check in that has mobile, portable, or traffic, emergency traffic. Please come now. VA3XOJ. All right, I heard Vanya, VA3 X-Ray Lima Juliet. Come on in, Vanya.
Good afternoon, Chuck and everybody on it. So I just have 1 second. I got in the car I forgot to bring my lunch bag inside. So I'll say a minute or two to say hello to you guys. And that's pretty much all the way from. Oh my goodness, that's pretty much all what it's gonna be for me for today. Yes, okay, good day, guys, and 7-3.
Oh, very good. Thanks for checking in there, Vanya. It sounds like you're on a handheld or a different radio. The audio is a little bit muffled, but you're coming in no problem. So tomorrow is the big day for people, especially in the auto industry. And hopefully things go well for you there, Vanya. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to be tomorrow, but we're going to find out soon enough. So I guess there's more crazies nowadays than the normal people. So anyways, I'm going to just leave it there. And that's it from me. VA3XOJ.
All right, Vanya, just remember there are more crazy people than there are with us with common sense. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Vanya. Much appreciated. Looks like we're rolling into spring. I'm reading 0 degrees, supposed to be up to 12 on Wednesday with a bunch of rain, so that'll take care of a lot of snow that's accumulated and that hasn't melted yet. So with that, let's open up the net, and anyone with a valid license, please come forward.
VA3IMW.
VA3LBI. VA3VT. All right, 3 more gentlemen there. We have IMW, LBI, and BT. Sounds you need the L in between there, Albert, for a BLT. Anyways, let's go say hello to Mac, VA3IMW.
Good evening, Charles, and all on net. 4 more sleeps, and we're into a weekend again. Anyways, just to let you know, I am streaming the net again, and I found by renaming this with my call sign and then LORC and then followed by the date, should be much easier for people to find if they're really interested. So just look up my call sign VA3IMW and select the red link for live stream, and boom, you should find it right there. Anyways, don't forget to pop over and say hello to Marty. He's on the NCF repeaters and taking check-ins for the Hamilton Club. And if you're up for it, you can always go over to 7100 at 8 o'clock and listen to Rick for a few minutes. Anyways, Charles, an uneventful day and an extremely good trip on the way home. It was like a long weekend. Nobody was around and nobody to hold me up. So kind of a record-setting trip there. Just one quick note for travel. As I pulled off the 403 highway onto the Lincoln Alexander Parkway on the off-ramp, as you start to bank left into turning eastward, I noticed some dampness that was kind of trickling across the road, and I had a premonition. So I took my foot off the gas as I rounded the bend, and sure enough, the front end of my truck slid probably a foot and a half to the right. So thankfully, the icy patch was small enough that it really didn't do any damage. It didn't hit anything. It was just a little bit of a OMG moment. So just be careful out there when you're really close to the freezing mark in temperatures. What you think is water could be ice, and what you think is ice could be water. So perhaps it's better to err on the side of safety. Anyways, thanks for doing this one, Chuck, and we'll turn it back to you.
Okay, Mac, I thought you were supposed to depress the gas pedal when traversing across wet surfaces. Anyways, yeah, very good. You got to keep that in mind. We're in transition from cold to plus temperatures off and on this week, it appears. So be careful, and especially like Max said, rounding a curve where you find those extra wet spots there, be mindful of that. And so everything else, anything else for us there, Mac?
At this point, I can keep reminding everybody about the upcoming group activation on the 22nd of March. Probably getting started with the communications around noontime. I guess that sounds like a good time. That way people can plan to be at the park by 11 o'clock, and we can get all signed in on our in and out log sheet, and we'll have a chance to get the coffee on and throw an antenna up in a tree. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. Haven't had a good outdoors event since December.
Very good, very good. Well, maybe also if the sun comes up, we can rig some type of spring equinox to show the sun shining on something, perhaps funny. I don't know, just something to think about, because it is the spring equinox. Anyway, thanks for that, Mac. Let's not keep Larry waiting. VA3LBI.
Yep, thanks, Chuck. Everybody on net tonight. What did I do today? Oh, we went to Costco this morning. Wasn't too busy, actually. I was quite surprised. Pick up a few odds and ends we needed. Again, we don't usually pick up anything other than we just absolutely need and we're going to use. So it was a busy morning, and I come home this afternoon and decided to see if I could work on a snowblower a bit. So I got the cover off and messed around a little bit with it, and I figured out what the problem is. So I'm going to tinker a little bit more tomorrow with it when it's not quite as cold out in the garage.
Yeah, absolutely. That, or might have to consider getting one of those little wood burning stoves there. You got a cement floor, right? That'd give you a bit of heat, but to each his own. Yeah, there's insurance to think about. But I hear a lot of people do work on their snow throwers, and I remember this one guy that used to do the sidewalks on our street where we used to live. He was a retired mechanic for Air Canada, and he had a snow thrower from like 1970, and it had been working for 50 years, no problems, as long as you do maintenance on them. So hopefully you don't have a big issue to resolve with your maintenance there, Larry, and get ready for a lot of water, I guess, on Wednesday or Tuesday overnight.
Yeah, I can imagine we'll probably have quite a bit of flooding. Hopefully not too much. I'm sure that the local areas will be putting out a warning because of the snow melt and the rain. But no, it's all good, Chuck. I actually I found the problem. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit more tomorrow. I've actually had to start it after I was starting to do a little maintenance on it. So it is 25 believe it is. Wife and I kind of figured it out, but it's due for a little maintenance. Carpet was pretty dirty. Didn't take it off. Don't need to. Like I said, I found the problem, so I'm going to clean up a little bit more tomorrow. Anyways, Al's behind me there. I'll let you pick him up. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you hopefully. I guess tomorrow is back on the ZOE again, so we'll probably catch you then. The VA3IMW clear.
All right, very good. And that's right. Let me remind everyone, the Lake Ontario Radio Club meets here 4 days a week, or 4 nights a week, at 7 o'clock here on the ZOE repeater, 443-075. You only need the positive offset to gain entry to the repeater. No tone required. And so with that, let's say hello to, geez, I was going to call you Larry there, Albert. VA3 Bravo Tango.
There you go. Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on frequency. Yeah, not much to report on my end. You know, it's the Monday blues here, so the start of the week. Other than that, just a general check-in. Like I said, not too much on my end. I know we got some rain coming up, but it's to be expected, I guess. Anyways, we'll hand it back over to you there, Chuck, so you can roll and maybe get 20 or 30 more check-ins. VA3, V2.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the traffic has been so agreeable going to work and coming back because all the snowbirds have stayed home and they're busy selling off their Florida condos or making plans to vacation here because I know there's a lot going on with the Canada-U.S. economic war going on, so we won't get into that, but I have read and I have heard many Canadians are selling their vacation properties. So, anyways, thanks for checking in, Albert. Have a great rest of the week, sir, and maybe we'll hear you on Ricksnet later. And so, with that, let's see who else is out there would like to check in to the Monday night edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club.
VA3ZJC. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot Portable.
Victor Alpha 3, Foxtrot Mike Bravo.
Okay, got 3 more there. ZJC, CRF, and Fox Mike Bravo. Let's take Vern first. He's portable, VA3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on the net. Bonsoir. Out for a walk. As I stepped out, the temperature was 0. That's not bad. A little bit of a breeze, though. I'm sure it is a wind chill. Chuck, just back from 3 weeks in Arizona with my family, helping the food. To tell you, I missed the warm weather, the ripe citrus fruit, and the grandkids. Not necessarily in that order. Back to you, Chuck.
Yes. I remember when I was in California in the winter and across the street from where my girlfriend worked, there was an orange grove, and I used to go in and steal some fresh oranges right off the tree. Man, were they big and they were good. Anyways, and of course the warm weather, like you mentioned there, Vern, and then the grandkids, not necessarily in that order. Yes, I agree. It sure is nice, for us that do get 4 seasons and are not too fond of the cold one. It's a nice getaway for sure.
And if you calculate the 3 weeks, you probably would recognize that we missed a bunch of crazy snowstorms as well. We're grateful for that. Our neighbors actually were very kind and cleaned our sidewalk for us and a bit of the driveway and stuff, but we could see through our security camera, and holy mackerel, that they were dumping of snow while we were gone.
Well, I'm glad you made it back safe and sound and ready for the next round of Canadian weather. Thanks for checking in, Vern. Always a pleasure. And yeah, I might take a walk outside myself there if the wind isn't too strong. I need to go to the store. Anything else, Bert?
No, that's it for now, Chuck. Thanks for doing the net. I do appreciate it. Hope everyone has a good evening. VA3CRF.
All right, the Night Walker is back among us. Thank you, Vern. Let's go and say hello to Jason now, VE3ZJC.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on frequency. Nothing overly exciting for me today. Was work from office, left there late, paid the price of traffic, and yeah, that's about all the excitement I had today. I will call on you and take you or back up on your offer to cover nets for me. I won't be available tomorrow night to run the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net Tuesday edition. I do have other obligations tomorrow.
Okay, Jason, no worries there. Either myself or Mac will pick it up there. We can look after that for you, no problem. And so, thanks for checking in. And what are your? You got anything special coming up? Do you have March break or anything?
Oh gosh, no. My kids are long grown and gone, and yeah, no March break. I probably have a couple of vacation days that I need to use up, and flex days at work for the end of our fiscal year, which is end of April. I'm hoping to save them for some warmer, sunnier weather, and perhaps run away and go activate a park or two in the southern Ontario region. But we'll see what happens. Other than that, no future vacation plans.
Okay. I got a nice surprise on the weekend there. I got St. Lucia, but I got it while he was activating a park. And not only that, it was the number one park on the island. It was LC0001. And so that was a nice surprise. And it's only been activated 10 times. So, I did quite well on the weekend there. I ended up with 5 new countries/entities and just over 100 contacts made on the weekend there. So I think it was 102. Yeah, so the craziness is over with now, but man, there were some, it was busy. Like you said there, the screens were full. Anyhow, Jason, thanks for checking in, sir. I hope everything goes smoothly for you for the rest of the week. Anything else?
Nope, nothing else from me, sir. I will listen along for the remainder. VE3ZJC, back to net.
Very good then. Let's bring in Wayne B, VA3FMB. Come on in, Wayne.
VA3FMB, good evening. Just listening along and checking in during Mississauga. 5-9 repeater, no other traffic. Back.
Okay, Wayne, a little bit of noise coming into the repeater, but you're fully readable. And so, also, I think Max said he's streaming the net on YouTube. If I think you search for his call sign and then Lake Ontario Radio Club, which is LORC, you'll be able to listen along there. So thanks for checking in, Wayne. Look forward to seeing you in the chat group on Wednesday night for the A-Reg. Nope, I think Wayne used up all his power to get in on the first on the first transmission there. You might have to plug plug your terminals back into your battery there. What was it when I was a kid? Was it a potato or was it a citrus fruit? You could power an alarm clock or something like that. Anyone remember?
And then I think it was VA3WPG checking in.
Yeah, that's right. It was because of the citrus causes the acid and so on, and so anything citrus would do it. And I hear Chris in there, VA3WPG. Come on in.
Good evening, everybody. VA3WPG just tuned in at 7:18, so I don't know what the discussion is, what I missed, so I'm just going to drop one in and listen along for the rest of it.
All right, Chris. Well, I know you're not into the YouTube, but we've got your number 8. Check in number 8. And not too much excitement going on. Just people telling us about their day or week. And let's see. Oh, Vern is back. He was down in Arizona, I believe he said. I have a friend, a very good friend, that lives in Las Vegas. And so that's not too far away. Anyhow, Chris, like I said, you're number 8, and thanks for checking in, sir. Are you gonna stop in on any of the other nets? Do you go and say hello on the NCF repeater, or even check into Rick's net on 7.100 at 8 o'clock?
The music's not tonight, and I tried 7.100 once, wasn't getting it too good on my MFJ antenna. I have not tried that on the long wire yet.
Right. Yeah, 40 meters in the city there can be challenging. And I forgot to mention Chris's net. Thanks for bringing that up. VE3RWJ has a net at 8 o'clock on the RSB repeater, the Burlington repeater, and it has to do with music or sound. So yeah, I've been in on a couple of those. A lot of fun. Thanks for bringing that up, Chris. And what did you play musical instruments?
Got a bass. Never really messed around with it. If you want to consider, what's that thing called over there? It's a not turntable. It's a controller board. It's like 2 turntables on one board, but it's MP3, not really vinyl. I'm looking for vinyl turntables, but they're not what I want to spend that kind of money, unless I can find them really, really used or non-working and fix them myself.
Yes, vinyl. Sad to say I lost my collection in our house fire, but it was only about 1 milk crate, maybe 2 of LPs there. And guess I got most of them from the Salvation Army downtown. In the basement there, they used to sell albums, and I used to go in there and grab a couple here and there.
I actually have 1 vinyl here, but nothing to play it on right now. So I'm in the market for a couple Technic 1200 turntables, but I think those are like $800 to $13 each, and I'm not a professional DJ. I just do it for fun. So spending that kind of money on a hobby, I'll sink the money into this radio station here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get something decent for under $200, then it's not worth it. And don't forget, a lot of times it's the needle that's worth. If you get a good quality needle, where a bit of the money comes from, especially when you got to replace them.
We'll need the good turntables for scratching back and forth. Otherwise, it's kind of hard on the non-DJ ones. But yeah, needles are a big part of it too. But the actual DJ turntables, bodies a bit, or the internal motors and stuff are a big part of it too. Some of them are belt drive, but they did away with that.
I see you're more interested in the DJ aspect of things there. Being able to, you're looking for a double turntable thing?
Exactly. I got a mixing board here, and then there's supposed to be a turntable on the left side and a turntable on the right side. What I got there right now are CD players where you can scratch in CDs. They got all these effects on them: scratch, filter, skid, phase, echo, flanger, trans, pan, reverse.
Gotcha. I think I've seen a couple of them online, maybe on Amazon. I was snooping about there one time looking at those things. Right on. All right, Chris. Well, thanks for checking in, sir. Good luck. And I too love music. A lot of there's little music I don't like, but for the most part, I'm pretty open-minded. So, thanks again. Anything else, sir?
If you want to see a really, really nice one, look up the Pioneer CDJ-3000, CDJ3000. Those are the club standard now in the bars.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I can barely afford the headphones, never mind the other gear. I can just imagine. I used to have quite the stack back in the day there when we had cassette players and turntables and amplifiers and tuners. Had a nice stack. Oh, and don't forget the speakers, of course. All right, Chris, thanks again. Let's see, anybody else out there that would like to check in with us here on the Monday night Lake Ontario Radio Club? This is VA3CJZ.
VE3KMQ.
VE3KMQ. Mike, come on in. How are you?
Yeah, VA3CJZ, VE3KMQ. Good evening. And everybody else on the net this evening. Hope everybody's doing well. Not an awful lot going on with me this evening. Just coming to you on a new radio. It's a mobile radio that will eventually find its way into my car. But for oh yeah, I just came back. I was that's just very Chuck sounding, especially audio-wise. Obviously, I'm going through the repeater, but how am I doing there, Chuck?
Oh, gee, it's a good thing you took a little longer to speak there. I had to find the reverse button on the radio. You're coming in full strength. There is absolutely no difference between the going through the repeater or direct. They're very good. And did you participate this weekend in the contest?
No, didn't do any contesting this past week. I did do, I guess it was the previous week, the CQ 160 meter contest. I did that one. Fortunately, I have a NFED antenna for 160. It's pretty long, but in any event, I always kind of like the 160 contest. A lot of fun.
Oh, very good, very good. So I did notice when you're on direct, your audio seems a tad louder than the repeater. And what are you running right now? What's that rate?
It's a Chinese radio. It's a Zastone D9000, and it's a dual band radio. Right now I'm pushing, I'm not monitoring the power output, but it's on mid power, so it's about 25 watts.
supposedly. I'll have to do a power check eventually, but still trying to get familiarized with it. It's, I don't know whether it's me or just new radios are always a little bit user unfriendly, at least initially, until you get used to it, I guess. Supposed to be able to program this thing, but the software, maybe it's because it's Chinese, is not cooperating to download. So I'm going to have to figure out how to program it that way. In the meantime, I've done it manually, so it's a little tedious, but I did get a lot of the local repeaters into both UHF and VHF there, Chuck.
Yes, I too remember when I bought the Yaesu 2980. I had trouble downloading from the radio to the laptop there, and I just did everything manually. Now, ever since I bought a Quansheng handheld radio, I found out that Chirp has a new version that handles these newer radios. And so, if you're not aware, it's called Chirp Next. So you just add the word next, and it's a different but similar software. Might help you upload and download with.
Yeah, okay, well, that's good to know. You said Chirp Next. I'm familiar with Chirp, and I do have that downloaded, as I had used it for another little handheld radio that I got last year, and it worked well. But the regular Chirp, if that's what it is, I see it does not support this particular radio, which was really disappointing. So, again, that's why I looked at the manufacturer's own website, Zastone, again, as I said, and, it wouldn't cooperate with downloading. It may be something I have to do, but as I said, for the time being, everything's manual.
Okay, well, you should look up the Chirp Next, and when you look through the pull-down menu on that one, it may come up because, like I mentioned, it's a fairly new updated version of the software. It's from like last year, and it's got a bunch of the newer radios. So hopefully that'll help you out.
Yeah, well, very good, Chuck. I'll certainly check that out. I'm kind of surprised they gave it a different name or an additional name, I guess, as opposed to just, a lot of times it's just an update or type of thing without changing the name. But irregardless, that's good to know, and maybe that this radio will be on there. I'll have to check it out. Okay, I'll let you carry on, and thanks for picking me up, and we'll listen along for a little bit, although I do want to move over to Marty's net on NCF and give a check into him there, Chuck. So VA3CJZ, VE3KMQ.
Okay, Mike, I won't keep you waiting. By all means, go stop by the NCF folks there, and thanks again for checking in. Have a great rest of the week, my friend. VE3KMQ. Let's see who else is out there that would like to check in to the Monday night edition of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor.
VA3, Charlie Delta Victor. Cal, come on in.
Hey, Chuck, I'm just coming from the NCF net, and I thought I'd pop in here and give you another bean for the pot. I was just looking up that Chirp Next, and I think if I get this correctly, it's the same manufacturer, but they've changed the graphical user interface, I guess, to make it better looking. I haven't seen it myself, but I suspect that that's the major change. Then you're right, they may have more support for additional radios. I'm not sure about that part. Back to you.
Yeah, that's true there, Cal. I remember ever since they started coming up with all these different versions of Baofangs, a lot of people couldn't use the chirp. And then I had heard through someone, I can't remember now, that there was a different version of chirp called Chirp Next, and you could find all these new versions of radios in there. And so I think it took off from there. By the way, I'm not picking you up on reverse tonight, Cal. Whereabouts are you?
Well, I'm not at home right now. I'm mobile up the mountain. We're having our weekly coffee meeting, so I'm in my car. Back to you.
Oh, very good, very good. You're getting an early start then. I too am enjoying a coffee with tonight's net. So thanks for checking in, Cal, and have a great rest of the week. Say hi to the gang for me.
73.
All right, so we're clear with VA3CDV, and we're looking for other check-ins for tonight's net. Please come now.
VA3IMW reject.
VA3IMW recheck. Matt, come on back.
Mac is back. Just wanted to let you know we have a YouTube check-in. Wade, VA3NCA, is not able to make it to the radio tonight, but he did pop in and say hello via YouTube. So you can add him to the log. And, that boy's a busy fellow since he's taken on this additional responsibility at work. I hope it all settles in for him and is rewarding in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you're the one who decides what you want to do, and sometimes you want to grab the bull by the horns and go for it. So good for him. And thank you for letting me know about Wade checking in. Of course, I don't have your your live stream up. I mean, I did the other nights, but just not tonight. So there you go. Thanks for looking after that there, Mac. There's something else I was going to ask you. Hey, do you have an uncle named Bob?
Is that one of those really slapsticks joke type things?
Well, earlier when you were describing something, you ended up saying I thought for sure you were going to say, and Bob's your uncle, and then you changed it and you said, bang, you're in, or something like that. And yeah, I was just wondering. Actually, I don't even have an uncle named Bob. I wonder if anybody out here does.
Now, the closest I could come, my father-in-law's name was Bob. So other than that, no family relations on my side of the family. So Bob is not my uncle. I think I had an uncle that was a bit of a monkey. So, or would that make me a monkey's uncle? I don't know. But as far as tomorrow night's net, I can pick that up. You're going to have your hands busy with preparing for the Wednesday night A-Reg, because you spend so much time gathering useless but entertaining information for us.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe in the afterlife, that useless information might come in handy. But it is entertaining at times, and so, yeah. Okay, Mac, well, thanks for picking it up tomorrow, and we'll look forward to checking in with you anyways. Okay, anyone else out there wishing to check in with us here on the Monday Night Lake Ontario Radio Club Net, please come now. All right, this will be last call for alcohol. VA3CJZ. VA3WPG comment. VA3NFT. See, you mentioned alcohol and they all start coming in. Let's go with the comment first. Chris, go ahead.
Just for fun, I ran over to Long and McQuaid website there, and
Well, those CD players a little bit more than I remember. Is Long and McQuaid's asking 3,749 for one, and then you need one on the right side and one on the left side. And then when you get your really, really good DJs, they'll have two on the left side and two of them on the right side, so they can mix four back and forth with each other. So, yeah, 3,749 each. Yep, for the CDJ 3000. That's it. Yeah, pricey. VA3WPG.
Yeah, but also look where you're shopping. Ron and McQuaid is a very well-known brand, and they're not just here in Hamilton. They're all over the place there. So you can tag. It's like buying something named Nike or any other Apple. You know what I mean? You're paying for the name as part of the price tag.
True enough, that would add a little bit to it. Plus, the brand name of the CDJ Pioneer is Pioneer, so that's another thing, the Pioneer brand name. Anyway, I won't tie it up. I'll throw it back at that. VA3WPG.
All right, Chris, thanks for letting us know that we can't afford to be a DJ. All right, let's go to Steve now. VA3 November Foxtrot Golf.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on that. No real traffic here, Chuck. Just another lazy day. Single day off. So with those days, I don't want to do anything. So I've been binge watching Better Call Saul, and I'm at about season 5, episode 8. There's only another season left, so. This will be finished by possibly by tomorrow, depending. But anyway, that's about it, buddy. Back to work tomorrow and the rest of the week, and then I'm off on the weekend. So that's how my week is shaping up for me.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. You bring up binge watching TV series there. The only thing I have on the go at the moment, and I just started it, was the Reacher season, whatever, 3, I think it is. And I think I'm also waiting for the Stranger Things new season to come out. It was supposed to come out this year, but I think they've moved it back now. I find if I start watching those series that are all the episodes are available, I'll be up till 3 or 4 in the morning. You just can't, stop watching it. Some of these are pretty good anyways. Thanks for checking in, Steve. And things are looking up there. We're getting longer sunlight days, and the weather should follow. Going to be a wet one for the next few days, but that's all part of the deal. Anything else?
No, that's it. Plus 11, I think, on Wednesday. That'll be a really nice day. That's all, Chuck. Let you see what else you can pick up before the hour is up. Thanks for doing it. This is VA3NFG.
Yep, I have a funny feeling that we're going to be all hearing the sound of water dripping on Wednesday in one form or another. All right, Steve, thanks a bunch for checking in, my friend. You're number 12, by the way, and so we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. And with that, let's see if there are any other last-minute check-ins for tonight's Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. This is VA3CJZ.
V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
All right, Rick just banging in there. Was there someone else doubling with Rick? Please come now. All right, well, Rick, I'm not sure if you've got the positive offset on, but I don't think I heard the tail drop, but come on in.
You didn't hear the tail drop. That was me playing games here. Anyway, to make sure, I tried checking in before when Mike was there, but my radio quit cutting out. I don't know whether high power doesn't like high power on 440. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on because I just came off the other net announcing a few contests. The big one that I've got two announcements from two different sources on the RSGB Commonwealth Baru contest, and that's March 8th, 1000 Zulu, or 10 Zulu to 10 Zulu March the 9th. So that's really a big one there. And anyway, that's happening. And the OQP, we're going to do the OQP this April, April the 3rd, Chuck, and we're going to try software that works station to station through the internet. We're going to try that as a distributed station this year. So that should be neat. Anyway, I missed what you guys were talking about, and glad to be number 13. I'm not superstitious. Anyway, and I think I missed Wednesday night. I had the sniffles all week, so I wasn't feeling all that great. Anyway, it's good to be here. So, anyway, good to hear you, Chuck. Good to hear Steve. I don't know who else was in there. I heard Mike. That's about it there. So, back to you. VA3 Bravo Kilowatt.
All right, Rick. Well, you know what? It's funny because I think when I was talking to Mike, I thought I was hearing another conversation at the same time, and it could have been you in there talking with him while he was transmitting. I don't know. But regardless, you're here now, and thanks for checking in. I did miss your announcements there on Marty's net, but I'll be sure to stop in and say hi to him once I'm done here. Not really talking too much about too many things there. Talked a little bit about the contest this weekend and the warm weather. I see plus 12 coming in on Wednesday, so that's going to get rid of a lot of that nasty white stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll wash my truck. yeah, the snow piled up on the truck, and after it all melted away, it was kind of dirty. So, anyway, yeah, the good weather is good to say. It looks like Wharton Willie was correct there. But he saw shadows this year, I believe, there, or?
Yeah, well, that groundhog's so fat, it's no wonder he can see his shadow.
Yeah, anyway, so that means winter should be, gone pretty soon. And it sounds like Wednesday it's going to warm up and rain. And, I hope everybody's roof is secure. So, I know, I think I got taken advantage of the last time when they put a new roof on. They were supposed to put 30-year shingles on, and I had a guy come and look, and he says, "Oh no, those are the cheap ones on there." So, it looks like I paid for something I didn't get. Yeah, buyer beware, I guess. Being an older guy, you don't get up there on the ladder and have a look. So that's something to beware of. But anyway, so everybody that gets shingle roofs, maybe I'll have to do like my daughter did. She got the still what the heck is it called? Steel tiles, and they have an airspace under them. And boy, once you put that up, you don't have to touch it for a long time there, Chuck. So that's something worthwhile. Anyway, Marty's going to try and check in tonight. 7100 is wide open. The band's wide open on 40 meters. And looking good. I don't know if anybody was on 10 today, but they probably were. It looks like the band conditions are pretty good there. What's your experience for that, Chuck? Over?
Yeah, having a bit of trouble. The bands weren't that great for me today when I was on there. But I did spend a lot of time trying to listen to a station, a German research station in Antarctica. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to hear me. And I could hear him, though. And I found out, I think they're only using 5 watts and a wire at that station there. I think the maximum, I had to look up their QRZ, I think it's 20 watts maximum they use. So, yeah. But the weekend there, 10 meters was wide open. 10, 15, and 20, and 40.
Oh, that's a good weekend to play radio then. Great weekend for that. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway. What else was I going to mention? Oh, yeah. For anybody that's interested in working on special event stations, on the last weekend of the month, for 3 days, they're going to have the Mana event, and that's when Lancaster at the end of the war dropped off food into that's a bomber, but they dropped off food into Netherlands, and we've got 5 countries involved, Canada being one of them, Spain, Netherlands, who else? The U.S. and Australia, and Poland. So they're all going to be involved in this, and you can go look up Golf Bravo 80, Mike Alpha November, and go on there. And one in Canada so far is the VB7 Mike Alpha November. And if you go on QRZ and look on his page, it's got everything on there. It explains it very well. And the Bomber Command has stuff on their website too. And through those 2 websites, you can go look up the special event that's coming on. So that'll be something to work. I know some guys on the radio work POTA, some guys work special events, some guys work DX. Everybody has their thing. So anyway, I thought I'd bring that up, Chuck. VA3 CJZ, V3BK.
You said it.
Up, Chuck. Yep, I heard it. All right. Thanks, Rick. What's the Canadian special event call sign there again?
Okay, it's Victor Bravo 7 Mike Alpha November. I think I have it right. I think it's Victor Bravo. Anyway, if you go on to the Golf Bravo 80 MAN, it refers to all these, there's a website just for this event. So, and on that website, you can, when the event's going on, you can actually go on there and check to find out where each station is. They have it listed that way. And the 2 stations in Great Britain are going to be on for 24/7 for all 3 days.
All right, very good, Rick. Thank you for all that information. And so I see that there is a bunch of info on the QRZ page. Again, that special event call will be, or is, the VB7 Mike Alpha November. And they explain the Flying Grocers of 1945, and then Operation Mana and Operation Chowhound. So very interesting information there, I'm sure. I'll get to that in a bit. And so thanks again, Rick. Anything else?
Yeah, one last thing there in that special event. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Whiskey Mike, is going to try and be on for the special event too. But right now they've got antenna problems. Anyway, we're going to see what happens with that, but they could be on there too. Anyway, you can win a certificate and station there. So, okay, 73 Chuck, we'll see you a little bit later. 73 for now. VA3, Bravo, Kilowatt.
Okay, very good. Thanks again, Rick. And so we're near the top of the hour, and so we're looking for any last-minute check-ins for the Monday night Lake Ontario Radio Club. This is VA3CJZ. All right, it looks like Rick has the magic number, and that number is 13. That's how many check-ins we have tonight, including Wade, who checked into Mac's YouTube stream. Thank you, Wade, and anyone else listening there on the stream. Thanks again, one and all. I hope to catch you all on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. on the ARAGnet. That's the Amateur Radio Exchange Group on a simplex frequency of 146.430. And I, too, stream the net on YouTube. Thank you all. Have a great rest of the evening and week. See you down the log. This is VA3CJZ.
All right, a little bonus. We'll hop on over to the
6
NCF
p.m.,
repeater and check in there.
on the mic.
VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
3 there. I hope I got them all. We'll start with VE3QYV. Go ahead.
Hey, Marty. Sorry, my music was playing in the background. I just turned the radio on and just finished work. I made it just in the nick of time. No news for the net. Just so I get my name in the log. I'll say 73s to everyone. Be safe over the next couple of days with the rough weather, and I'll leave it back to net control. This is VE3QYV.
Okay, Christian, thank you for the check-in. Always great to hear you. And safe driving, sir. Thanks for the call. All right, VE3IMW, go ahead.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. And thanks, Marty. Sorry for being late to the mic. Kind of missed out on my regular position. Anyways, I know you're a busy guy. I hope you're feeling much better, and perhaps you're on your way to coffee tonight.
Not feeling well enough, but feeling much, much better. And not on my way to coffee tonight, but hey, there's a lot of fellowship here on this net, which will do me for another week, Mac. Good to hear you. Thanks for the call. Over.
All right. Very good, Marty. And don't forget, you can check in with us tomorrow night. I'll be running the